is two words, but it's just I'm after. That's all it means. And in Irish people who speak English, and this is part of Hiberno, which is a dialect of English.
Okay.
Irish people might say, "Oh, gee, I'm after hitting my toe," or "I'm after fucking or I'm after coming back from the shop." But it's an unusual structure for anybody else. You know, who else? Like an American is never going to say, "I'm after being down to the shops."
No, let me try to understand. So, correct me if I'm wrong, but what you just said was, "I just hit my toe," or "I just came back from the shop," something like that. Is that what?
Yeah.
The meaning? All right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it means.
All right. I would like to say
okay,
that,
can
I would like.
I actually ask you? Can you repeat that, please, Yandalf, one more time?
Okay, so in Irish we have a sort of post-verbal way of saying things. Sometimes it is like, so the way we would tell a person, you know, isn't like the tenses are different. So I'm after doing something. That's Tom. This is me. Taresh. Tom is me. Taresh means after. I'm after doing something. And what has happened this is what they call Hiberno English, which is the Irish version of English. They just basically took the Irish structure, Tom, Taresh, I'm after, and they've just used that. Like, so you say, "Oh, I'm after being down to the shops," or "I'm after hitting my thumb." Yeah, they've just taken direct translation. They've just taken. I'm after. I just after doing this, or you know, they've translated the Irish structure using the English words.
So okay. You know what? I try to translate into an English. So I fucked myself is the point, but in the past tense.
I'm after fucking myself.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. In Czech, that sounds. Posral jsem se. That's literally the same thing. Just two words.
Very good.
So, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, but
like dialects, you could generally understand, because Spanish dialects, they work the same way, where you kind of can't understand someone, but when you're really like paying attention, or if you feel like it, you could understand someone. All right, that's interesting.
Yeah, but okay.
Or there's like another thing you hear in Hiberno is so I did, you know, or you know these so like endings to sentences. Oh, sure, I did, so I did, you know, or you know, whatever. I lifted it, so I did, which are like little after sentences that really don't mean a lot. Just confirms that I did, but yeah, they're just like.
Yeah, but those things are actually not that. Look, man, Yandalf, you have to understand that. In my perception, those are not a complicated issue to actually understand.
Oh, they're not complicated, no.
No. I actually mean that for me, it's actually sometimes kind of complicated to translate my thought process for people who don't understand how this shit works. Because my mind actually operates in cynicism and actually in completely different word structure that's not a plain English, where I actually use a level of irony that doesn't translate that well in English. And it actually works much better with this Scottish point of the view. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, you fucked yourself, and we precisely know why and how, and why it was actually a problem, and why it is actually in the past tense. Because, yeah, I can do it all the time. Like, it doesn't make sense to say it in the VC.
Some of the things that you hear, like when you hear an Irish accent, and you'll hear some people like me who might say film. You'll hear other people who call it a film or a worm. a worm for worm, right? These are actually more like taking on the vowel sounds of Irish rather than English, or putting the vowel sounds of Irish into English words. That's another thing that's kind of like typical of Hiberno.
Okay, maybe, and that may be the point of certain understanding of certain wordings, but I can assure you that
I don't talk too much.
some of things exist through the world, and trust me that if you want somebody to be super sarcastic, you cannot get a better language than my own. And I don't mean that maybe the Irish version of English couldn't be the second best one, but
It could be, yeah. But
trust me, bro, you cannot get more sarcastic than I am.
your VMU might have the best language, but you don't have more words for potato.
I'm pretty sure I have. How many of them you have?
Literally hundreds. There is so many descriptions of potato in the Irish language that it's literally in the hundreds. Like, there's descriptions of potatoes with a little bit of green in them, potatoes that are green. There's potatoes that are small potatoes, potatoes that are soft, there are potatoes that are soapy, there are potatoes that are floury. Like, there is. I couldn't even begin. I don't actually even know all of them. I know that, like, the small amount that I know is only a small section of the words we have for different types of potatoes. It's like cow. We have at least over 100 words for cow.
For that one word, cow?
Yeah, fair enough. Similar here. I don't think we have hundreds of words for potatoes, but several dozens, yes.
Several dozens.
Maybe you beat us over 20, but that would be the most.
Potatoes, I reckon we beat most people on potatoes and cows. Everything else, probably not. I'll be back in a moment.
Sure.
All right, so we're talking about grouping humans and languages and like the dialects and the slangs. Shit. Random, are you still here? Or are you
Yeah, why?
Okay. Good. Yeah, we might wanna go back.
Okay. I apologize if me and Yandov actually just like started conversation, but I'm pretty sure we didn't mean anything bad by it. But uh, grouping humans and languages, you cannot group humans and languages. Like, you can group humans and you can group languages, but languages are actually going to the point that they have like certain point of origin
Now, is that
where
a
they was like
genetic?
developed.
Now, is that genetic characteristic, or now tying back to our
What
grouping?
language? Language?
Like,
Language has absolutely nothing to do with genetics.
all right, so it's a morphological. No, but like the somewhat a certain group of people. So how do people have different languages at all? So how did that come up?
People have different languages because they was brain in different social and ethical point of view. Like, I don't know, it doesn't matter what your genetic inheritance is. If you are, as an infant, brought in some place, then you start to learn certain language, and because you start to actually invocate certain sounds and nouns from the point that people they are actually caring about you, then you start to understanding the base words. Same goes, for example, for much simple life forms like animals, like dogs and cats, can understand if you call them their name. They can understand that that's their calling sign. They do not recognize that as a name, as a like super specialized thing for them, but
Right.
they understand that you speaking to them,
Right.
right? So I don't know. You have four cats.
Right.
Each one of them has their own designated call sign, right?
Okay.
And you can call that one like murky one, this one is leggy, doesn't matter how you call them. But they know that because that's the word you use when you call them and you use like specific sounds like she or cutie boy or whatever, and you pet them. And they associate that with that.
Can
So
we?
they know when you say that word, that means them.
Oh, okay.
And
See.
even smart animals can understand you even in more codependent and different level. So, for
See.
example, if you speak with crows, uh, they can understand you much more.
See. Now that's
Um,
interesting because right, what does a dark do? A bark. Wait, I'm sorry. A dog do bark. Right, they bark. Right, roof, roof, roof. A cat, they do meow, meow, meow. Right. To us, that all sounds because I'm interested in the point that you make. Because to us, like there's no differentiation. An animal is gonna make one type of sound, except for a parrot, who could actually mimic
no, they
human.
don't. They
Why?
actually don't. I don't know. Did did you actually had several different cats? Because I did.
No, like
Like
one given
I
cat, like a given animal. Like let's just take this one cat is going to us. It's going to make one type of sound, meow, meow, meow.
no, it won't.
Okay.
It won't. It
What other
won't.
sound it can make?
That's why I'm asking. How old are you? And then you don't have to be specific.
I
But
mean,
how many cats in your life you had?
no, I never had a pet, so that's another thing. Did you have a pet?
Yeah,
Okay.
several dozens of them.
Okay, so give me a pet and tell me like the different sounds it makes.
Mm,
Give
I
me a
mean,
You
my
cat.
mean
cat
by
makes
the
multiple different
kind, or
sounds.
you mean like a specific one?
Just say one. Give me a pet that you had, and give me the sounds that it make. The two distinct sounds that it make.
Uh, okay.
Yeah,
So
my cat makes a very distinctive meow and a very distinctive piss.
A very distinct. What's the second
I
one?
would just I would just say that, for example, in the last 2 months, I actually get a new kitten, right?
No, VM, can you let like I gave him an animal with two very distinctive sounds. I would like him to address.
Fair enough. Go with that. My point would be very similar, but okay, go with that. Sorry, man.
Yeah, random. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So my cat has a meow and a hiss. They are very distinctively different, and they signal very different things.